This is Gemma, and she is the subject, or at least she is the catalyst for today's video. And that's about poisoning your dog. Well, not poisoning your dog, but when your dog gets poisoned. If you're one of my five faithful, you may have seen the video or videos that I've done on pet first aid. If not, I really encourage you to go watch my videos or someone else's videos. If you have pets, you need to be ready for whatever might happen to them, whether it's there at the house or if you take them on the trail, hiking and stuff. You need to be ready for mayhap and mishap and things that can go wrong. And one of the things that went wrong just recently with us is with little Gemma that you saw earlier. She is bad about grabbing anything off the floor. And we were giving my 94-year-old mother who lives with us her nighttime meds, and a pill fell on the ground. And Gemma was right there. So we went into action and immediately took her outside and gave her hydrogen peroxide, the 3%. Do not buy the 6%. And I used this injector that you get when you buy turkey injectors, for putting flavoring into turkeys. I keep these things. So I used this, shot it in her mouth, and it doesn't take much at all. Just that does it. And your dog, within about 5 minutes, will start throwing up. And it'll probably throw up for the next 45 minutes. And that's the first thing you want to do if a dog ingests a pill that you know can be hazardous or you suspect can be hazardous to it. And the next thing, if you need to do it, and we didn't have to do it, but would be charcoal pills. And activated charcoal, you can buy it in the stores. And I just keep some in this first aid kit. And what it'll do is it'll go into the animal's stomach, and it will help to retain the toxicity of whatever it is that they swallowed. Now, it had a happy ending. Once we had a little bit of time, I went and looked up the offending drug, the missing drug, and it turned out to be something that didn't have much of an effect on dogs, a little bit of drowsiness. And it's amazing how many people drugs are used on animals. But this is what I've done in hindsight. I've gone back and I've listed all the drugs that my mother takes. And I've researched every one of them to see what effect they have on dogs. And I was surprised that over half of them really has no effect on dogs in regular dosages, but some do. And those I have listed in red here. And of course, this list is my list. You're going to have different drugs in your house, and you're going to need to make your own list. And so I'm going to post this where we keep the drugs, and it's going to be right there handy. And that way it'll better guide us to what we need to do if a drug falls on the floor and we can't find it. And in this case, we didn't see Gemma eat the pill, but we couldn't find the pill. And you've got about 10 or 15 minutes to take action to get it to throw up. So you don't have a lot of time to kind of, hobnob and wishy-washy searching and everything like that. If you've got a fairly good suspicion that that dog has taken that pill, has eaten that pill, has picked it up, you need to go into action. And that's what we did. And Gemma had, a rough evening. She threw up a lot, and she felt kind of puny, but she was okay. It doesn't have any lasting effects to make it throw up. And it turns out, and this is strange, we found the pill later in the hair on Gemma's paw. Now, Gemma, when she was outside throwing up, had stepped around, and before we could stop her, she had stepped in some of the vomit. Did the pill get ingested and then come out still whole in the vomit, and then Gemma stepped on it? Or did Gemma never take the pill and just step on it there in the dining room, and it was on her paw the whole time? Well, we'll never know. Personally, I think she ate it. I think that she threw it up whole because we acted quickly, and that, you know, the Lord had a hand in it. That pill got stuck to her the hair on her paw from when she stepped in the vomit. And the reason I think that is because uh, her feet weren't dirty before. She's pretty much mostly an indoor dog, and there would be no reason for that pill to have stuck to her foot there in the kitchen, in the dining room. I'm sorry, at the very beginning of the whole incident. Um, so I think she did take it. I think she threw it up whole, and basically I think this worked. The quick action and the 3% hydrogen peroxide worked to get the offending item out of her. Us finding it on her paw, that served to give us a lot of peace of mind. Um, but in the end, finding it didn't really change anything. We knew what the pill was. We're kind of picky about which pill we're giving her each time, so we knew from the beginning what pill it was. But I had not researched it ahead of time, and now that I've got that research done, we can act a little more intelligently if this happens again. So I'm telling you all this just as a warning to you pet lovers. Keep these things on hand. Keep a little pet first aid kit. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that. Or there's a lot out there on pet first aid kits that are probably better than mine. I'm an idiot. But watch somebody's videos, build a first aid kit for your pet, and just kind of think through these things so that you know what you're going to do when they happen. Hey, thanks for watching.